Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of January 31st through February 6th of 2022. We are entering the second month of the year. Very exciting. I will have an astrology aspect that I will talk about at the end of the intuitive reading. And just for a clue, it is about the new moon happening in Aquarius on January 31st. So stay tuned for that. The messages, I'm using the Influence of the Angels Tarot deck this week for the regular reading, and you get to pick a card. And I've pulled out the Moonology Oracle cards. I was drawn to this because of the new moon. So pick card A, B, or C with your intuition, and then that will be your message, your personal message. So let's jump in without further ado. The first card that came out was a very interesting one. It is the Two of Wands. And I want to point out a couple of things here. There's wand number one here, stuck behind him in the ground, and he's holding wand number two. Because this is the Two of Wands, this is about a decision. The twos are always about a decision or a balance issue, like which one will I go? Which will I stay behind with this wand, or will I take this wand and go over this little wall here that I've stepped onto? So will I stay in the past, or will I go into the future? And he's holding this navigation tool, which is called a sextet, which they would use on ships to navigate their way on the stars. So you are about to embark, or we are all about to embark. If this is a collective reading, we're about to embark on the next adventure. And this, of course, has been going on for quite a while, where we've been at the end of something and a beginning of another one, another cycle or new beginning. The thing about this message, though, this card, is that the feeling that I get from it is we've been in a little bit of limbo. We have our foot on the wall, but we still haven't gone over the wall. So are we out of balance? Are we a little afraid? Are we looking back at longing at this other wand? And do we want to stay behind? So there's a little bit of hesitation here. And that's what the decision is about. Do I stay or do I go? And there's the potentiality to go over the wall into the next adventure. The second card that came out, and I think many of us are going to choose to go into the next adventure. But if you choose not to, that's okay. But just know that the next message is the magician, is the master manifester. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. There's a little bright light at the tip of his finger here. And then there's rays of light coming out of this hand going down to the tools on the table. And what this is about is this is Archangel Michael with that direct connection to the universal energy. And it's symbolizing you have that same connection. You can bring your dreams, your goals, the manifestation power of the universe down through you and manifest into something real. Okay? But it takes confidence, and it may mean, yes, you do have to go over the wall. You have to take that first step. But you've got Archangel Michael here behind you, helping you manifest what it is that you are looking at in the distance over the wall. What is it that is your path or your dream? that you've got your eyes towards. The next card that came out really tells me that maybe we are a little out of balance, that we've been standing here at the wall maybe a little too long, because the next card that came out was Justice, where she has the scales here that need to be balanced, and the sword here is about our intellect and how we cut through to the truth. We cut through the illusions of old programming that might keep us in the past. Um, it is and the other reason why I believe that this is about, we are needing balance. We need to go back to harmony, and once we go into something new, there is always a little rough spot because it is new and we have to learn new things, or we have to have new relationships, or we have that little lost feeling which scares us a little bit, but at the same time can excite us, right? So maybe there's this sense where we're just a little out of balance. And I'm getting that because I asked for clarification on the Justice card, and I got out popped the Six of Swords. And as you can see, there's some people here in this boat, and there's some rough waves here, but they are being led by an angel, and they're being guided towards something that is much more harmonious. And they're in this together, and they're helping each other together. So I really felt like whatever happens, going over into the new beginning, maybe having some second thoughts, or hesitations, or reservations, you will be able to manifest, and you will get to harmony and balance, because it will all even out eventually. The rocky period is only a little bit. It's that learning curve that we all have to go through. But you will have a support system around you, and you will have guidance. So, try not to worry too much about it. I am very curious to see what happens this week. I hope that we all, whatever we do in terms of taking the step over the wall, leads us to something really exciting and happy. Okay, so have you uh, figured out which card is for you? Which message? Card A, B, or C? For those of you who picked A, you got the Disseminating Moon. And it says, take time to breathe out. Now, the Disseminating Moon, I understand, is the moon right after the full moon. So something has reached a climax, okay? Maybe something dramatic. And it's like, oh, that's over. And you need to, like, let go of that adrenaline, let go of that breath that you held in while everything was going on. And maybe you need to take a time out before you go into the next thing, before you start the next work or the next project. So it's like, you know, take time to breathe out. For those of you who picked B, this is your message. Full moon in Libra, a win-win outcome is forecast. Now, Libra is all about relationships, and there is the scale again. This balance is coming back out. So everything will be balanced out. Maybe in relationships, maybe something positive happens in relationships for you this week. Maybe you have to let go and release a relationship that's no longer working or is toxic. But it is a win-win for everyone involved, whatever it is. You've reached the completion of something, and uh, it's served its purpose, okay? And you need to get back into balance. Um, through this process. So that's something to consider this week. And then for those of you who picked C, you got a really interesting message. It's the first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Now, you may have started something a while ago, and it is, halfway through the process. And you're at the place where you may be thinking, do I continue this or not? So your commitment is being tested. Are you committed to doing what it is you're doing, this path that you're on, this project that you're doing? And it, whether you stay or go on this decision is up to you. This is, if you feel it is too difficult, then it will be too difficult. If you feel like, okay, this will be a breeze, this a little obstacle here that's testing my commitment to this path or commitment to this project, I can get through this, and you will. It's about attitude in the mind and how you are going to set forward. So when you meet any test, it's going to be as difficult as you make it to be in your mind. So let's not make it difficult. You can get through this. You are committed to the project, to the path, to the person, to whatever this is that some sort of test comes up. You are committed, and this will be a breeze. You can do it. You can do it. So, think about that, would you? Okay. Let's talk a moment about the new moon in Aquarius. I've got some notes here. The new moon is always the beginning of a new phase. It is where the moon and the sun are in the same, they're conjunct, they're on the same point. And this will occur on Monday. They will be at 12 degrees, about 12:45 Eastern time or 11:45 Central time, where I'm at. Now, Aquarius is ruled by two planets. It's ruled by Uranus and Saturn. And Saturn also happens to be in Aquarius. Now, Aquarius it is about looking at the big picture. It's about our hopes and ideas. It's looking about the collective. It's progressive in its thinking. It brings innovation because that's the influence of Uranus, but it's ruled by both of those planets, Saturn being about the past and Uranus about the future. So I really feel like we are at this guy right here, the past, the future going over the wall. All right. And that's the kickoff of this week. So, are we going off into the future? And Saturn's influence, unfortunately, will mean we have to work hard to build that future for this month, whatever effort it is. And again, it goes back to the reading. We need to work a little bit here to manifest what we want. The other thing that's happening at the same time is that the sun is at an exact square with Uranus, one of the rulers of Aquarius. So that Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, lightning, breakthroughs, the planet of awakening. So it might mean that when you go over the wall, you are going into a really different thing. That's been your goal. It's been you to do something unique. And if it's so new and innovative, it might mean that other people around you are like, you're doing that? Really? So don't be surprised if that might happen because we've got that push and pull between Saturn and Uranus, the old and the new. And we're at a new moon that wants us to begin that new cycle, begin that new chapter. So we have the potentiality for something new and something great, but it's going to take a little negotiation and a little work between the old and the new. So I hope that has helped in some way. I wish you many blessings for this week. I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, and commenting on my videos. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Sending you many blessings. Take care.